Hello everyone, I am Madhushri, Assistant Professor of Management Studies, working at Government First Grade College Devanali. In this video, we'll discuss about structure of Indian commodity market. The commodity market exists in two distinct forms in India. The first one is over-the-counter market and the another one is exchange-based market. Almost it is similar to the equities market or stock market in India. There also we have over the counter market and exchange based market. So let's understand what is over the counter market. Over the counter market is also called as off exchange trading, and it is done directly between two parties without the supervision of an exchange. That's why the transaction takes place through over the counter markets are almost private in nature and they are not standardized. The best example for over the counter markets in commodity market is spot market or cash market, where the participation is restricted to people who are involved with that commodity. It could be farmer, processor, wholesaler, etc. And let's move on to exchange based market. As the name says, here the transactions takes place through organized exchanges like commodity exchanges in India. A majority of derivative trading takes place through exchange markets. Since the transaction takes place through organized exchange, all the contracts are standardized in terms of contract size, contract price and future delivery date, and parties to the contract will not have any option to modify the terms and conditions and price or future dates of the contract. They can just enter into a contract or they can purchase the contract by paying only a percentage of contract value. This is the structure of Indian commodity market. At the top we have Ministry of Consumer Affairs, which regulates the entire commodity market in India. Under the Forward Contract Regulation Act 1952, Ministry of Consumer Affairs formed Forward Market Commission. Forward Market Commission or FMC is a statutory body which regulates, controls and supervises the entire commodity market in India. FMC formed several commodity exchanges throughout India. In that we have 6 national exchanges and few regional exchanges. These are all the full form of various acronyms or commodity exchanges we have in India. MCX, which stands for Multi Commodity Exchange of India Limited, which is located at Mumbai. Then we have NCDEX, National Commodity and Derivatives Exchange Limited, Mumbai. ICEX, Indian Commodity Exchange Limited, which is also located in Mumbai. NBOT, National Board of Trade, which is at Indore. ACE Derivatives and Commodity Exchanges, located at Mumbai. Universal Commodity Exchange Limited, which is also at New Mumbai. And there are various other commodity exchanges and there are many regional exchanges. At the end of this video, I have provided the list of all the commodity exchanges in India. Now we'll discuss about Forward Market Commission. As I told you previously, it is a statutory body set up under Forward Contract Regulation Act 1952. It is the chief regulator of forward and future markets in India. Its headquarters is located at Mumbai, and Mr. Ramesh Abhishek is a chairman of Forward Market Commission. And this commission allows commodity trading in 22 exchanges in India, of which 6 are national exchanges. FMC is a chief regulator of forward and futures market in India. FMC comes under the Ministry of Consumer Affairs, Food and Public Distribution because futures traded in India are traditionally food commodities. Now we'll understand the basic functions of Forward Market Commission. The very most important function of FMC is to advise the central government in respect of the recognition or the withdrawal of recognition from any association or in respect of any matters arising out of the administration of Forward Contracts Regulation Act 1952. The next function is to keep forward market under observation and to take such action if it feels necessary in exercise of powers assigned to it by or under the Act. Next one, to collect and publish information relating to trading condition in respect of goods, including information relating to demand, supply, prices, and submit the same to the government periodical reports on the operation of the Act and working of forward markets in commodities. Next one, to make recommendations if required to improve the organization and working of forward market. And the last function of FMC is to undertake the inspection of accounts and other document of any recognized association or registered association or any member of such association whenever it considered it necessary. Now we'll discuss about powers of Forward Market Commission. The Commission has a powers of deemed civil code. That means whatever the powers civil code possesses, almost the same powers even FMC also have it. The first one is summoning and enforcing the attendance of any person and examining him on oath. If required, it can discover and produce any document relevant to any case filed with the FMC. Next, receiving evidence on affidavits. Affidavits here refers to a written statement confirmed by oath or affirmation for use as evidence in court. The next power is to requisition any public record or copy thereof from any office. And the last power, any other matters which may be prescribed. It also got a power of approving memorandum and articles of association, bylaws, power to direct to make articles or bylaws, power to suspend governing body of recognized association, and power to suspend business of recognized association. Here you have two keywords. One is memorandum of association and another one is articles of association. We'll understand the meaning of both. The memorandum of association and articles of association are the two character documents for setting up of the company and its operation thereon. Memorandum of association is the root document of the company which contains all the basic details about the company. On the other hand, articles of association, shortly known as AOA, is a document containing all the rules and regulation designed by the company. While the MOA set out the company's constitution, so it is cornerstone on which the company is built. Conversely, AOA comprises of bylaws that governs the company's internal affairs, management and conduct. Both MOA and AOA requires registration with the registrar of companies when the companies goes for incorporation. Now we'll discuss about regulatory measures of Forward Market Commission. The first regulatory measure is to prevent excessive speculation. FMC prevents excessive speculation by limiting on net open position as in the close of an individual operator and at member level. As we all know, speculation is very essential in derivatives market. as it creates volume, depth, and liquidity in the market. But again, too much speculation is also not good for the growth of the market. Next regulatory measure is to put a limit on price fluctuation. FMC ensure that there be a smooth movement in price of the commodity by avoiding abrupt upswing and downswing in prices. Next one, imposition of margins to prevent default by members and clients. It also ensures there will be a physical delivery of contracts and penalty for any default or delivery obligation. Again, futures in the commodity derivative markets are mark to market on continuous basis. As we all know, mark to market refers to on every day contract value, futures contract values will be adjusted according to the price fluctuation which happens in the market. If the futures value increases in the market, it will be credited to the members account. If it decreases, it will be debited to the members account. So these are all the various regulatory measures of FX. Here is the list of commodity exchanges in India. Thank you one and all. This is about the structure of Indian commodity market, forward market commission, its powers, functions and regulatory measures. Thank you.